not at all. La mia cicciona preferita. Oh, la mia cicciona per la vita. I'm sorry. I just cannot resist questa cicciosità. And she walks away, as it's, yeah, rightfully so. All right, that was a nice productive day so far. Hello friends, welcome to a new vlog. You probably know me, sorry, this is my cat. You probably know me by now, and you know that I'm someone who is trying to keep a healthy balance between sharing my life online as a content creator and keeping things private. There are definitely some things that I never share or never talk about, and there are things that I maybe eventually at a later stage I decide to talk about, depending on how I feel about them. And I've actually long debated with myself whether it was appropriate for me to talk about this thing or not, but I guess I wanted to talk about it, again, by keeping boundaries, but I wanted partly to talk about it because I guess these type of situations are becoming the norm. And I think it's very sad that this is the world we live in. And yeah, so I'm just gonna say it. I quit my job. And I wish I could tell you that I quit my job because I found something better, because I am pursuing my dream. I am, I don't know, becoming a content creator full time. I'm moving to another country and I'm doing something completely different. Well, none of that. The reason why I have quit my job is I got to the point where my physical and mental health was deeply, deeply suffering. And so for me, the only logical solution after months and months and months of trying to hold on and to hang in there, I just got to the point where I was, it was no longer sustainable for me to do it. I do believe that no job is worth keeping if at the end of the day your physical and mental health are at stake and are at risk. It is sadly becoming the norm where people get burnt out and have to live with anxiety and massive stress to the point where they don't sleep, they get sick all the time, they see symptoms of various nature popping out, and just things happen and you don't have grip on your life anymore. It's scary. It's very, very scary. And I am someone who is already chronically ill, which doesn't necessarily make things easier. But when you see new health issues pop out and you see your chronic illness getting worse. That has been a massive wake-up call for me. I kept telling myself for months that I just needed to work harder, to push more, to be faster, because everyone else was doing it. So why was I the one that had troubles with it? What was wrong with me? But the reality is that when you try to squeeze too much out of yourself, ultimately it gets you. You won't win. And so I did it for, I believe, ever since I moved abroad. I have never been taking a break, like ever. I have never, ever, yes, there were weekends and vacations, but when you get to the point where they no longer are enough for you to recover, there is a problem. And in the last 11 and a half years, I basically have never stopped. I kept going challenge after challenge, thing after thing, and more, and pushing and pushing and pushing. And then you find yourself into a job that's supposed to be a fantastic job on paper, but it's literally sucking the energy, the life and the health out of yourself, and that it's no longer feasible. And so I had to quit. I was actually on sick leave for 4 weeks. I bawled my eyes out and there was a lot of healing and a lot of processing and a lot of sadness and grief, because I really didn't want to get to this point. How did it get to this point? But yeah, and right after that, I decided that for me, the most logical thing to do was to quit and to, for the first time in what feels like forever, really focus on my health, physical, mental, to heal, to figure out which ones are the most logical steps for me to take moving forward, and just be kind and nice to myself and allow myself to take space and time to figure things out, to change, to learn, and all of that. Like I said, I kept telling myself for months in a row that I needed to work faster and more. And if you're not succeeding, you're just not working enough. You're just not doing enough. I was doing enough. I was enough. I am enough. I don't think that there's any job or any situation that it's worth keeping if your mental and physical health are constantly threatened. If you're hanging on by a thread all the time and you're constantly spread out too thin. The reason why I'm sharing this is as a reminder and as an encouragement to be kind to yourself, to never ever underestimate the signs that you get from your body, from your overall mental state, from whatever happens around you. Consider this really a kind encouragement to prioritize yourself and your health, because nothing else really matters if you're not physically and mentally healthy enough to live your own life. And if you don't prioritize your health, nobody, trust me, nobody will do it for you. So you will have to learn to do it yourself. I am so scared because I'm about to turn 40 and I have no idea. I am scared, but also grateful for the opportunity that I have now to heal, allow myself to have the space and time to work on myself in every way possible. And I'm already doing lots of work on myself, and I'm already trying to work on whatever future me deserves, and I think that's good. So on that note, I'm just gonna leave it right there. I cannot promise this too much, but probably you are gonna see my face a little more often than you had last year. It was a tough year and a half, let me tell you that. Very, very hard. Another learning experience and another learning opportunity. So on this note, I'm gonna go eat something and enjoy my evening, and let's just uplift the mood of this vlog, shall we? Thank you for listening. the fascination that cats have for boxes and suitcases, I will never understand. On this note, this is the incredibly old, basically never used suitcase that I keep in my basement all the time. I do have a very small basement space that I, to be completely honest, never used. I keep this suitcase. I really don't want to give it away. I use it mostly for when I move, or like in this case, for flea markets. I have booked a stand for this Saturday together with a friend for a flea market in Kreuzberg, and I'm so freaking excited. I love doing flea markets, just not being there to browse. I love being there as a seller. And it occurred to me in the last few weeks that I have so much stuff that I want to let go of. Already, like the wardrobe clean out that I did in March, I kept a bunch of stuff probably because I wasn't doing particularly great at that time. So I was holding on to a lot of things, but I'm not going to say that this is going to be magical, that's going to resolve all of my problems, but I just really wanted to do this, and so I will. And now it's about time to prep everything. You want to help me? You want to help me, More? We got some work to do. We got some work to do, and I'm gonna need you to leave the suitcase. Come on. Forza. Brava. No, amore. I may have underestimated this. You hear that? Me too. What a lovely morning. That's just how it is sometimes.
Oder wo sind die? Schau, die haben alle unter sie.
No, definitely not me procrastinating. The fact that I have to clean up the entire apartment. No, not at all. I semi got ready this morning. I got some comfy clothes on. And my goal for the entire day is to simply dedicate myself to putting all the unsold things from the flea market on my Vinted profile. To be honest, I always love doing flea markets. It's always so fun, but I was expecting to sell more than I actually did. It was a little bit disappointing on that side because, to be honest, right now, as it is, I could use the extra cash, let's be real. July so far for me has been an adjustment month. I need to get used to this new normal. And it's a little weird. Suddenly, I have all of this time on my hands that I'm trying to use mindfully. So I'm not just sitting around all day. I'm trying to be active and productive and to do things, but to allow myself to live at a slower pace, which is something that I haven't done in a decade, basically. I could use the extra cash, but I'm also planning to do my best to work on myself, adjust to my current financial situation. It's the most intelligent thing that I can do at this point, and kind of like just, working on myself and rearranging, readjusting to everything and get this as an opportunity to grow. Now I'm gonna pop some music on and I'm gonna dedicate myself to Vinted and creating listings and doing pretty pictures so that these things can hopefully find soon a new home.